Kobida, tuned in from Nungwa. Ben Dunyame inside Bachona. Gershon Awudi in Motown. Rasibido in Texas, USA. Jotama Newtown. Happy new month to you. Martin Kwebu, lawyer in the maze. Malik. Professor William Babwating. Yes, sir, I did. Papa C in a Predi. Greetings to my brother Okoji Ahine. Frederick Frimpong Bafi. Stephen Jampo in Kofroidia present. Papa Nyami from Medina, Redco Flats. As you know, we start the way we start. Folks, until the lions have their own historians, the tales of hunting would always glorify the hunter. And you know, I'll say that again. Folks, I said until the lions have their own historians, the tales of hunting would always glorify the hunter. Hello and welcome to the most opinionated hour on radio and the nation's thought-provoking hour. I am Nana Ansah Kwao, the fourth chief of the Little Republic of Akwemu Edumasa, and I say thank God it's Monday. Another blessed Monday, folks. This is a show that kills all the Monday blues. There is nothing like closing the day, driving home, walking home, trotting home, whatever it is, and you just tune in to perform this wonderful ritual. A ritual rich with conversation, deep with thought, great with contribution, all done with civility, done with dissent, devoid of insult, yet the passions are not measured. Folks, this is one of a kind. It's one ritual of a kind. And sometimes, folks, the topic is so sensitive, yet we sail through. And I meet people sometimes and say, Nana, how do you do it? And I say, my listeners are truly mature and very discerning. There are certain topics on this show that would cause World War III. somehow we are able to kill it without any insult, civil. Even though people's passions are on top, they may disagree or agree or get agitated, but the language, the choice of words, the depth of thoughts, unmeasurable. And as you know, folks, it's every Monday at this time, so make it a date, make it a point, tune in, and it's only on Joy 99.7 FM. Tuning as we perform the ritual I call That's My Opinion. And our topic today, folks, as we celebrate our Ghana month, finding the new common ground. Yes, finding the new common ground. Let us all gather and make truth good. March is a month that I love for many reasons. Some obvious. And the fact, folks, that we draw closer to our divine purpose of being Ghanaian tops it all. When it comes to March, all the airwaves, everybody, we seem to draw closer to being Ghanaians with no apologies whatsoever. And I always say I wish it was all year round, but we'll accept the month for now. Finding the new common ground. Folks, this is one topic that got me thinking. And it got me worried as to how do I present it? It's also a topic that I am not 100% certain on how you will accept it. But I will try to explain myself and then seek your input. Because I don't want to damage it in the way in which I was trying to present it, but I'll do my best. Folks, as a people, as a country, there must be times that we all come together for the good of the country. It can't be that at all given times we are divided. And usually it's along partisan lines. Now, I need not go into that, but the damage has been clear for all of us to see. Sometimes we are so divided, and the number of times I've asked on this show if people are just playing to the gallery or if they are genuinely, shallow in thought, because you can't even tell whether. But that's how divided we get sometimes. And it's all along partisan lines. Now, I don't know how old you are, but once upon a time, folks, when Azuma was going to fight, oh yes, the nation will stay up. Those days, televisions were not even common. People would go to people's houses to watch TV. We stay up till late. And during the build-up to the fight, as the fight is going on, no one, no group, no religion or tribe wishes him to lose. No. We were all on tenterhooks, hoping and praying that Azuma brings home the belt or simply win the fight. And yes, that mood is so beautiful. And when he wins, folks, we hug, we jubilate, and the morning after we party together. Cars are honking and hooting. All media houses report it on the front page. Folks, it's pure Ghana victory. Oh yes, we don't even see the victory as Azuma winning the fight. No. Ghana's won the fight. The guy's just gone there to fight his own battle, but no. It's a Ghana fight and it's a Ghana victory. Again, when black stars wear black stars, oh my days. Folks, sometimes people even collapse from a missed chance. A player will kick a ball, miss the chance, and people collapse from sheer anxiety. Now, I remember in 2006, matches leading up to the World Cup. In fact, I went to watch the World Cup in Germany. Can you believe it? Me, of all people, drove all the way to Germany to go and watch the World Cup. The euphoria was high. Folks, it was high, so high that even, people who were non-Ghanaians or people, bought Ghana jerseys and cheered the team on. I mean, if their team, well, their country was kicked out of the World Cup, they just went and bought, Ghana jerseys and decided that, well, let's just cheer the Ghanaian team on. Men, women, Christian, traditionalists, name it. Even those of us who had no interest in football had no chance or no choice but to join in. Me cry in football, but Charlie, this one, I had to join in. Folks, it's infectious, it's positive. The pride of the nation was on the hilt. And, somebody will see you and say, oh, are you Nigerian? Hey! You wouldn't hesitate to say, no, I'm not Nigerian. I am truly Ghanaian. Folks, even some Nigerians would say they were Ghanaians just because of how the team was playing and winning. You had to be Ghanaian. We were all together as one people. Folks, we were so together that people who were not Ghanaians even joined our togetherness. These days, Azuma is not boxing. The Black Stars have lost their shine. And we are left with nothing to pull us positively together. What is there that draws us positively together? That's why I'm saying that we need to find a new common ground. So this should not only be in terms of reviving our sport, but something other than that. Yes, the sport is very good. Very, very good. But you see, my issue with the sports is that few days after the event, we seem to go back into our divisions. After we have celebrated 2-3 days, Black Stars have won, or Zuma's won the fight, we jubilate, we hug each other, we're all Ghanaians, and then we go back to our division. So again, I ask, what can we do? What can we create that we all buy in? Something that a great and a clear majority of us will come together for the good of Ghana. Maybe as they are setting up dialogue for economy, setting up a dialogue for education, setting up forums for something, maybe they need to set up a forum for something sacred that draws us together as one people, so that we are not constantly tearing each other apart and in greater ways tearing the country apart. Now, this is where I get a bit controversial. So I am not standing my ground, just throwing my hat or throwing my coins down to see what happens. Fly it on the flagpole and see who salutes it. Folks, I get the sense, maybe wrong, but I get the sense that common sense, prudence, and good governance can be a great pull. But it's a bit tricky because the fine line between partisan and governance, we may not be able to differentiate because of our deep partisan division. If we use good governance and common sense and prudence as the yardstick to pull us together, where do we draw that fine line of partisanship? However, folks, there is an acceptable wave blowing where even though we have been let down many times, we seem to be latching on to the promise of accountability, the actions of prudence. Could this be the new common ground? Could this be the new common ground? And will it work? Folks, if common sense and prudence and strict accountability in governance was, in our faces, not being seen to be done, but being done, will it work? Or will our partisan division get the better side of us? Folks, I am throwing this out for discussion. Because either way, We must find a common ground to build our nation. We must find something to bring the love for nation back. We must find it. We can't just be there, draw a line in the country. Those are the left hoping for those are the right to fail, and those are the right hoping for the left to fail, and think the nation will stand. No, it won't. No, it won't. There must be something where those are the left hope the right to win, and those are the right hope the left to win, because that win becomes our win. Just like Black Stars are playing. You can't have a whole team at the stadium booing at the Black Stars, hoping that they lose for whatever reason. Yes, Azuma is going to box. You can't have a great, same Ghanaians around the boxing ring shouting and hooting and bringing his morale down so he loses the match. So that same spirit that we find, that togetherness spirit that we find, that thing that let me drive all the way to Germany to see and hope that Ghana would win against Mexico. Can we find something that as I wake up in the morning and drive to work, I am hoping, the other guy is also hoping that this thing works so that we all win, so that our roads turn black, so that our schools become rich with good education, so that hospitals are equipped with good equipment and that we don't need to be flying for specialists left, right, and center. Something that says that if this thing succeeds, we all win. And I'm just saying, accountability, prudence, good governance, can this be the common ground that we rally around? Will this let the patriotism in us come? Because patriotism is when your nation is giving something to you. That's when you tend to love the nation back. Will that inspire that patriotism in us? I'm sure there are experts out there. I'm sure you guys out there would say, well, Nana, I agree with you or don't disagree with you. But because of the sensitive nature of this topic, I'm not standing my ground. Usually I stand my ground, comes here, maybe I'm but this time, no, I'm not standing my ground. But I am just saying that we must, as Ghanaians, find something that pulls us together. The flag hasn't done it. The national anthem hasn't done it. Sports was doing it. But other than sports, folks, what do we find? What do we create to make us as Ghanaians? And it's 0302 216 541. 0302 216 541. Nana is in Hacho.
Hi, good evening.
Good evening.
How are you?
I'm very well, Nana. Let me hear you.
68 years, and you are asking us to do the very things we should have done the moment we gain independence. You are asking us to do that 68 years. Now, oh God, it will take another, let's say, maybe 50 years old. It will take a whole new generation of people for this to happen. And that one, it has to be with those of us, like yourself, like myself, to raise our children that will change the narrative. But with what we have right now and the young people who are here right now, we are raised to be partisan and more, we lean more towards affiliation. So if I'm affiliated to you, I subscribe to what you do. And if I'm not affiliated to you, anything you do, good or whether it's good, it's not good in my eyes. So I'm hoping that you fail, so I'll get something to say. Okay, the next time, so that people will also, come to me. No, this issue here, I don't want you. Honestly.
Yeah, but we have to. We must find something that brings us together. I don't know. Maybe maybe we have to be intentional about it. But then that's what I'm saying. I don't know if prudence, if good governance, if common sense can be that pool.
No, as for common sense, they would have been perfect. But really, Nana, look at us. Is common sense common to us? Nana, look at us. Common sense and wisdom, is it common to us? Because if it is, some of the things that happens in this country wouldn't happen. Because it wouldn't be about what qualification you have, or your common sense and wisdom will tell you that, this thing is not supposed to be so. And here is the case. Well, let me go for someone to come. Maybe someone will have a solution. Because me, Paddy and Nana, I think maybe unless 50 years to come. Let's see. Then maybe our children and then their children, they need to start changing something. But
Let's see what Ajiman Joseph has to say. Hello, Ajiman.
Good evening, and I hope you're doing well.
I'm good.
And you are rightly on point. You see, some years back, when there's a black star going to play ball, any national team going to play ball, then all that you see is Ghana flag, Ghana. At a point in time, we seem to forget that there's politics. There's NDC, NPP. But some few years back now, everything has been politicized to the extent that, under the leadership of this president or this government, nothing better will come out of sports. So as some of the people are, yearning for victory for Ghana, then they say, okay, under this government, forget it. Under this government, forget it. So, so that is why we are not cheering up our Black Stars and other national teams. Because now the politics has eaten up into our mind to the extent that we don't even see that Ghana is for us and a political party is for a section of people. So, Nana, I think you are very right. Now the politics has entered into us too much. You don't even say that, Charlie, what we were doing over there was politics. Now let's come back home and enjoy or think about ourselves. But even if you are selling something, they say you are belonging to this party. I will not buy it. Why should it be so? And so it's a bad character, Nana.
Thank you very much. Kakito is in Teshing. Hello, Kakito.
Yes, Nana. Good evening.
Good evening, my brother.
Kakito, alias correct the wrongs for the people to be happy.
Correct this wrong for me, please.
Yes, thank you very much. I don't know exactly what Ghanaians want again. Jerry Rawlings brought Provisional National Defense Council, PNDC, which you have people like Ejay Mafu, Osafo Mafu, all NPP people were part of it. He brought everybody in the country to run a government like it's being run in. President Mama is doing a 3-day tour Mali, Niger, and Burkina Faso. He brought everybody. The Ghanaian people said they don't like it. They want democracy. Now they've given us democracy, and the same Ghanaians are complaining. But you see, when we sit back, this platform is for ordinary people, and we are shaping the discourse. For instance, if I am president today and I commission any project, I won't put my name on it. I only put Ghana flag. You see, we inherited certain things from the colonialists, and we are not prepared to change the status quo. For instance, as a Ghanaian, I have never understood why the political class, as Ghanaians, as patriots, as nationalists, as selfless people, I have never understood why they all get sick and are available plane, they are only to America, Europe, or Asia. Is it that they can't build one for themselves here? Is it that the political class in Ghana, as they call themselves patriots and nationalists, they've never thought of it as nationalists and patriots that, look, with all the money we loot and share, we can build a standardized hospital, a modern class hospital here, so that even when we fall sick and we are dying, we can be taken care here. But they all run to America, Europe, and Asia. So what I want to put across is that President Mahama, he promised something that was agitated. Martin Kpebu spoke on Joy FM, spoke on TV3 recently that the agitation to reduce ministers from 125, 90 to 60, it started 20 years ago. Today it has happened. When President Mahama read his State of the Nation, he said he hoped that future government will reduce it further. Now, if we say we are nationalists and patriots, I have said on this your platform that go to Burkina Faso. The president is using a $10,000 vehicle. He is president too. He is not a minister. Come to Ghana. The political class said we are suffering. We are going through hardship. All the political class. I'm not going to say NDC or NPP. The political class. All of them are driving $800,000 vehicles. In the sense of hardship, in the sense of a country that has been declared bankrupt and insolvent, if somebody needs $30 to do business, the political class cannot give the person. But they are all driving $800,000 vehicles. So we are calling on President Mahama as nationalists to stop the Land Cruiser usage in Ghana. Because it is an insult. I see it as insensitivity on the part of the people.
Kakito, thank you very much. Let me go all the way to USA and speak to my brother. Ojam, Kwabena.
Hello, Nana. Nana, it's good to be with you on Monday.
So I always look forward to hearing from you. Ojam, I'm just
and
trying to say...
despite the lashes I received last week, I'm back.
Yes, you have to be back.
I'm back to cause another controversy.
Let me hear you, my brother.
Nana, I don't think your false analogy is appropriate, because with Azuma Nelson, we loved Azuma Nelson unconditionally. He wasn't contesting anybody's ideas or nothing. So it's easy. It's pretty easy for us to rally behind him and push him forward. In this case, it's different. This is a context of ideas, a context of ideology, of philosophies. Which path we need to take to get Ghana to the promised land? I hope you understand. So it's difficult for me to wrap my head around the sports analogy that you cited.
I like what I like where you started from. So what I'm saying is that forget about what I'm bringing. What can, aside Azuma, aside football, aside what can we create? There must be something that draws us all together for us to want Ghana to win. That's what I don't know. You see, that's why I'm saying today I'm not standing my ground. But can we think of something that brings us together? I don't know. So help me out.
Yes, unfortunately, I can't, because when it comes to politics, when it comes to governance, there is nothing, one thing that will draw us together. The only time that we can collaborate or we can cooperate is where, like the last parliament, where there's a split, right? Where there's a split, then we can find common ground, right? Because it's 50-50. So we can find common ground. This time, Nana, your royalty, this time it's about 80% 20. So if it's 80% 20, where can you find the common ground, Nana? Where can you find it?
No,
where can you find the common ground?
Nana, because you're still taking it to parliament and taking it to politics. But what I'm saying, you see, that's why I'm saying I'm really stuck here. But it doesn't necessarily have to be politics. It doesn't necessarily have to be sports or culture but we must find something.
Nana,
yes.
Let me ask you one question. Let me ask you one question. I like your angle. I like it. You have good intentions, right? But not everybody has good intentions like you. Let me ask you, can you name one person that the president named to his cabinet that is neutral, that is, we don't even know his political allegiance, that he will sit on the cabinet? Can you name one person? Can you name one person?
No.
So even the president, even his mentality is different from yours. The president, his mentality is different from yours. You understand? So if the president meant well, like you, the way you meant well for Ghana, he would have at least named one person. Barack Obama named a Republican, the Minister for Transportation, onto his cabinet, a Republican. At least he did one. Ask me how many neutrals, how many independent candidates, or like anybody who is neutral has he named to the cabinet? Nothing. So he himself, he doesn't have a good mentality. So I don't think Ghana. Listen. He has the mandate. So let's allow him to move forward. Then we can criticize him when he falters. That's it.
Thank you very much. But you see, Kwabena, whatever it is that brings us together can never be a president. Well, a president is only going to be 4 years or 8 years. And after that, we still need to come together. So it has to be something more perpetual than presidency or... that's why I'm saying. That's why I throw something like common sense. Because that's for common sense. There, it can always be there. Good governance can always be there. Accountability can always be there. But as soon as you bring personality in there, it becomes very temporal with how our governance system works. It becomes very temporal, so that as soon as the individual is gone, that pool also goes away. Look, we pinned our hopes on sports. As soon as the sports died, we went back to our shelves. But, you Americans, you say the stars and stripes. Every American movie would have a flag in it. The British will have the bulldogs. The Australians will have the kangaroo. They find something sacred that just draws them together as one people. So in spite of their political and partisan divisions, they still love their country. But I'm going to Kanda because Kojo is waiting. Hello, Kojo.
Hello, Nana.
Yes, sir. I'm struggling here. Oh.
I can see you are trying as much as possible to get what can unite us as Ghanaians. I think sports is something that whatever we do, if we manage it very well, it will unite us as Ghanaians. As you said earlier on, when Asuma was going to box, I was very young in the early 90s. We all hold on and then wait to view Asuma's match. And we go to school and go and discuss it. There's an extension of that discussion. And even we as children were discussing. Our parents were discussing. But what have we done? We have succeeded in infiltrating politics into sports. And we have messed it up. So the politicians, there is nothing they can leave for us as the united factor, something that will unite us. And we ourselves have to put our minds together to tell ourselves that, hey, politicians, you can't go here. This side wouldn't allow you. when you talk about the division, sometimes it's very disgusting. I was at a funeral over the weekend, and then we gave some women lift. And they were coming, and one of the ladies said, look, I was going to rent a place, and then the landlord said, I don't want somebody from this tribe. I said, today, 2025, talking about tribe? Where are you coming from? I mean, well, at this time of the day, so people have this useless mindset in their heads. And as much as possible, as we are saying, we have to focus on what unites us than what divides us. And I think the sports have to be worked on and worked on properly. Nana, I would love to thank you very much.
Thank you so much for picking up the phone and calling. But Godson is in Ajay Kutuku. Hey, Godson Tenge.
Hello, Nana.
Let me hear you, because you're young. So yeah, let me hear your point of view. Because
forgive me, Nana. Nana, good evening.
Good evening,
Nana. I don't, in my opinion, I don't think there's anything that Ghanaians are going to have agreement on at the moment. Because even when we are saying that somebody is leading us to the promised land, what is the promised land for Ghana? We don't have a promised land. There's nowhere that we are going. Like, we are a country without a dream. We are a country without a destination where we are heading towards. So we are just doing anything at any time, hoping that some way, somehow, we will get somewhere. And once you don't know where you are going, you move in any direction. And that's it. You see, today I was watching a video that portrayed the Boteman Road. And then in the video, it said somebody has come to remove the knot that being used to, the knot used to hold the street lights. People are removing it for whatever purposes, like they are stealing the bolts and the nuts. Nana. And I was so amazed that this issue has been there for years. Every year, when street lights are fixed, people come to remove the bolts and nuts. So why haven't we been able to solve that problem? Why can't we fix street lights that people cannot remove it, the bolts and nuts? Why can't we do it that way? Why can't we use materials that are not needed by the thieves who are removing it to go and sell? Simple engineering problem, but we can't solve it. I think the only thing maybe we will agree on is funeral. As for funeral, I think, yeah, we will have agreement on it. Because, where I come from in the Volta region, these days they have started doing 1 week celebration, 1 week observation and those things. So I think that on the funeral line, yes, we agree on that. I think that one there, we have a common ground on it. Aside that, I don't think, because if we are talking about football, some few years ago, even the players in the Black Stars told a president that we are going to win it for you. We are going to win the cup for you. So even the players are political. The people managing the football are very political people. Nothing gets done in this country without politics. And as long as it continues like that, we are not going to get anywhere. The countries that we yearn to become like, the countries that we dream of becoming like, their leaders knew what exactly they were doing. And they took conscious steps to lead the country towards that direction. We are not prepared to make any sacrifice. And so we won't get anywhere. Thank you very much, Nana.
Thank you very much. Nana Kwesi is in Dodowa. Nana, you must find me something that, whether sacred, whether physical, whatever it is, that at least we know that as for this, it draws us all together to be Ghanaians. Draws us all together to be Ghanaians. So Nana, find me something. Nana Kwesi.
Let's just have a national agenda, which is not optional. Doesn't matter who is heading it. This is the direction we are all going, and if you misbehave, you'll be shipped in line. Everybody. Then maybe we can all be patriotic. Apart from that, Nana, I don't see how we are achieving what you are talking about.
So like a compulsory, popular demand national agenda style be.
Yes, that is only how we make progress. So it's not optional. If you want any other, if you have any other idea to make it better, it becomes an addition to the direction that we are going. Now, do you understand? Do you understand?
I get you.
So
Yeah.
yes,
Yeah.
it becomes an addition. You don't do away with where we are saying we are going. No, whatever idea that you have, it becomes an addition to where the nation says we say we are going, and everybody is following through. This is where we are going, and that's where we are going. It doesn't matter who is there, whether it's this, whether it's Nana or it's Ansah Kwao. It doesn't matter. This is where we are going. And while we are going, you say, oh, okay, make my way. That is an addition to where we are going. So that, and I forget, it will be, you made mention of something that I'm very, very happy about. You said that it's become like someone comes into power, brings an initiative, and the moment they leave, it dies with them. That's what we've been doing all this while. If not that, why would somebody say, I didn't start a road project, so I won't continue? Then the whole thing gets fault again. Now, you understand what I'm saying? That's what we've been doing all this while. You have hospitals in bushes, schools in bushes. If you ask, they say, hey, we didn't start. But is it your money for starters? It's not even your money. You are using my tax. And if we say somebody is not doing what we brought you, continue the project, and you are telling me that you won't do that. Because you are not the one. You are so concerned about glory, okay? Because when you finish it, they'll say, oh, the one who started this will come and say, oh, I'm the one. You don't want to share glory. But is it for the whole nation, okay? Or to make wherever you are affiliated to popular. So we have a national agenda whereby we amend a lot of things in the constitutions that will shape all of us in line. Whatever you want to do becomes an addition to the direction we want to go. That is only when we are going to be patriotic and we will all say we are focused and we are all loving and order. So that's what we have right now. The winner takes all things. Who? Who?
Nakosi, thank you very much. Let me go to Burma camp because Benjamin is there. Hello, Benjamin. Hello, Benji. Hello, Benjamin. Oh, Benjamin, your line dropped. So it's 0302216541 and it's becoming tough. But Nana Kwesi's brought this idea that if we all agree to a sort of roadmap, then maybe we can be attracted to that roadmap because I agree. So then maybe our partisan divide will not affect it as much. But Stephen is in Aplaku. Hello, Stephen.
Yeah, hello, Nana.
Stephen, help me out.
Yeah, okay. The Azuma thing was quite nostalgic. But Nana, there are two things.
Yeah.
First of all, we have to do away with party manifestos.
Okay.
And have a national agenda. Every party must conform to that one. Mm-hmm. For as long as we have party manifestos, these things will fester. That's the first one.
Okay.
The second one, Nana, do you remember the national pledge?
Yes.
Yes, we used to sing it. We used to recite it every time. In the era you were talking about, even GBC, it will play the national pledge. Everybody knew how to recite it. Now, if we ask people to recite the pledge now, I doubt if anybody will go beyond 2 lines. Because they don't find that nationality in them. If we let the national pledge become part of a creed that we all ascribe to, we'll realize that our focus will be on the nation and not on individual or partisan considerations. But for as long as we have partisan considerations in everything we do, we have a party manifesto, we have this one country want to do this and there, and leave the particular legacy and all that one, we aren't going to get anywhere. So I think a thing like that would bind us. Because every time you recite it, it tells you that it is the nation first. Okay, so for me, that is the thing. We have to keep these two things, and I'm sure that all the rest will fall into it.
Hello? No.
Hello.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening, Judas.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, let me hear you.
Okay. Nana, so what's the benefit of being a Ghanaian?
That's what we are trying to find. That's what I'm trying to find.
And from all the callers, you can realize that none is speaking positively into that direction, that we can have it anytime soon.
But we must.
I was trying to be correct, but those days when Azuma was fighting, I don't think we were such politically brainwashed. Because if you can see how people were rallying around him, we were not having that kind of political affiliations and political stance. You understand?
Yeah.
And if you should have the same kind of the Azuma currently, I tell you what is happening to the country will happen to that fighter. We have good boxers who are fighting now currently, but we are not showing them that kind of love we did for Azuma because each and every one of us is politically brainwashed. The politicians are taking that patriotism out of every single Ghanaian. Out of every single Ghanaian. So every Ghanaian puts its or a political party first. Second is that person's personal gain. Third is a friends or family gain. There is no Ghana at anybody's time or as anybody's priority anymore.
Thank you very much. But let me get Evans. Evans is in North Carnation. Evans is my last caller. Hello, Evans.
Yeah, good evening, Nana.
Good evening. Wrap it up for me.
Thank you. I want to agree with your earlier two callers who spoke about we having a national agenda. We so deteriorated to the point that probably that will be the beginning point. If as a nation we can come together to put together a single agenda in largely all spheres of the country's life, education, agriculture, the economy, in all the areas that we think we need development. We come together as political parties, as religious groups, as social institutions, and come up with a clear plan as to what we want to do. Then that becomes the basis of our development. So whoever wins power, you are bound to follow that. We have clear timelines as to what we want to achieve. That will be the beginning point. Then we can get back to trying to become patriotic, trying to get our people back into thinking about Ghana and not ourselves.
Thank you very much, my brother. Well, this is a thank you from the Pente family of Vakpo. Mrs. Joanne Pente is the mother-in-law of IGP Dampari. Says thank you very much to all who came to sympathize and mourn with them at Vakpo. Also from the Afari family. Adam Temhine Kwame Afari, director of Royal Senche. All those who came to mourn at Akwamufie over the weekend. Afari family and Odene Hon Kwafwa Koto Nana Frakuma the second. Yes, thank you very much. In the meantime, in between time, Facebook, Instagram, the Little Republic of Akwamu Edumasa. Interesting update on that. Log on. In the meantime, James Aveji is going to give you a news bulletin. international producers, Oliver, Mirabel, and Ziggy. Even if you're in space, they will produce you. If Hayford will come and give you your songs. Don't you even touch that bar. For me, next Monday, God willing, I'll be back to do this all over again.